Well, ladies and gents, Shazam! Fury of the Gods looks like it's gonna be a bomb. I know. We're looking at this now and it says 84% audience score. It's saying 54% critic score. However, it's not that makes it a bomb, although that's still something to consider. It is how much money it's taken. I mean, if we literally look at Morbius had good audience reviews, but no one watched it. So they were few and far between. Obviously, that's how it works. So let's take a look at this, ladies and gents, because it's not doing very well at all, in fact. Really, really quite terrible. I'm going to be watching this later this evening, so I will give you my review on this as well. I'll probably do a quick short, an actual short on the channel, which will just be a, hey, out the theatre reaction, and then I'll give you my in-depth review when I come back home. So hit subscribe if you want to stay tuned for that, as well as, ladies and gents, memberships. We've got memberships on the channel. You get exclusive benefits. Like last night, we did a members-only stream. Check it out. Links in the description box. Anyway, Shazam! Fury of the Gods crashes to Earth with a disappointing $3.4 million haul from Thursday screenings. Not good. It's not good. This movie would have cost, a relatively high amount of money. And this is looking like, yeah, not great. Not great at all. So, here we have it. New Line's DC sequel, Shazam! Fury of the Gods, got off the ground at 3 PM Thursday and posted $3.4 million in previews. At quite a lot of theatres, actually. 3,500 theatres. That's a lot. Now, this is important for a few reasons because, well, this is DC kind of on their way out. And it represents what a lot of people have been saying. It's not superhero fatigue, it's just bad movie fatigue. Now, this movie might not be bad, but people get fatigued with a studio and a property. And we've seen it with Marvel. Marvel Ant-Man and the Wasp is a bomb that will really, really struggle to hit $500 million worldwide. And this will not get anywhere close to that. So, yeah, not great. And it also goes some way to explaining as to why DC and Warner Brothers saw fit to just reveal, pretty large cameos, actually, in the trailers. Because they want to get as many bums on seats as possible. They're desperate. They're worried. Which makes a lot of sense if you know what I'm talking about. Which I don't want to reveal unless, in case you have not been spoiled. Anyway. This is less than the first Shazam back in April of 2019, which is also bad for a few things to consider there, because you actually have to account for inflation. 2019 to 2023, inflation has occurred. So actually, it's not just that's, less than the first Shazam. That's fucking terrible by comparison to the first Shazam. And, excuse my language, but it's genuinely really bad. Because you'll see loads of other talking head commentators talking about this, and they go, oh, that's really, really bad. It's not nowhere near the first one. Yeah, it's not just that, guys. It's inflation. It's also variable ticket pricing. This is doing so terribly. If you were to get the actual numbers of tickets sold, yeah, there's significantly less interest. Significantly less interest in this. Now, again, first Shazam did $5.9 million in Thursday night previews alone. And actually, those showtimes began at 4 PM, so this is done an hour earlier. Shazam also had 3.3 million in previous Fandango previews back in the day, for a grand preview total of $9.2 million, before a $20.3 million Friday, and a $53.5 million opening. Now, I'm going to do a hot prediction. I think this will struggle to hit $30 million. Genuinely. I legitimately believe this will struggle to hit $30 million. Now, that is just domestic we're talking about here, but I think it will struggle to hit $30 million. And then it's just dead straight away. Now, Fury of the Gods, from the same director, David F. Sandberg, is expected to come in under the first and will likely hit, will be lucky to hit 40 million. I think it will be lucky to hit 30. $35 million is what they're thinking, and $85 million global. Yeah, I think it's going to really struggle. Now, deadlines like, oh, we've been in a hot marketplace whereby sequels have been setting franchise opening records. Yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp did a franchise opening record and then bombed. So, yeah, not good. Not good at all. Again, 54% Rotten Tomatoes critic score, 84% audience score. The first one was actually certified fresh, and then had an 82% audience score. So that's interesting. Now, the first Shazam was able to pull off an A cinema score. General audiences on ComScore. Screen Engine's post-track gave the first film 4 stars. I enjoyed the first film. I thought it had a good, nice, wholesome family message, and it seems like it's just been consumed by shite in the sequel. So why make a sequel? The first one opened well, and despite making close to $366 million worldwide, made a little profit for New Line, not much, with a net of $74 million they're saying here. But then also, ladies and gents, Peter Safran, who is the co-CEO of DC Studios, he's a producer on the Shazam franchise, so that's why. That is literally the only reason why it's been making one. Now, interestingly, Shazam's first audience breakdown had kids and parents were up 25% of the audience, with sources believing to share which could expand on this one. So they think it'll do good. I don't think it will. And they go into like diversity breakdowns and stuff. It's literally not relevant at all to any of this crap. But anyway, what are critics saying? And we'll take a look at what the audience is saying. But again, make no mistake, ladies and gents, you have to talk about inflation as well. And variable ticket prices. This is a huge bomb. Not a small bomb, a huge bomb already. The unwieldy Shazam sequel looks terrible, lacks the original's freshness, and struggles with its extended cast. Lightning doesn't strike twice, it seems. The tossed-off charm, phrasing, of the original suffers from bloated sequelitis. It's mostly stupid kid stuff, but Zachary Levi's comic book invitation to shake your sillies out will be hard to resist for underserved family audiences. I don't think they're underserved, and I also don't think loads of families are going to want to sit down and watch this. Again, hot prediction, it'll struggle to break 30 million. Laboured, unfocused, and generally out of ideas. I was bored stiff. Wow. Hey, it's better than Black Adam. Good input there, Felix. Well done. Again, a good one. Shazam! Fury of the Gods is not a bad movie, despite its flaws. It had enough humour and heart for me, and I enjoyed it. But keep in mind that it is a huge downgrade from the original. Wow. The effortless charm that was there is missing here. Wow. That's bad then. Anthony Morris said that this manages at least some of the time to hang on to the charm of the first film, even if there is a little too much going on and not all the jokes land. With a film with a heavy humour element, if the jokes don't land, that's not good. We had this one, Shazam! Fury of the Gods just isn't the funny, highly entertaining movie-going experience that it should be. Again, we'll go to a good one now as well. Not as good as the first, and the jokes sometimes fall flat, but there's still enough charm, heart, and electricity to make it worth a trip to the movies. Interesting. At its core, the Shazam movies have always been about a kid who was actually stoked about being a superhero. The other DC films could learn a little something from that very simplistic premise. So that's not, although they rated it as rotten, so that's interesting. They kept Shazam just weird and sincere enough, which might be enough, but there's little avoiding that Shazam! Fury of the Gods is a significant step down. This doesn't sound good, ladies and gents. This doesn't sound good at all. John Campion loved it. Of course he does. He loves it all. He always loves everything. So there you have it, ladies and gents. A veritable bomb. Again, $3.4 million opening previews. Not good by comparison to a $9.2 million previews from the original. Again, adjust for inflation. Holy shit, this is bad. Real bad. Real bad. As well as variable ticket pricing. So Shazam is a bomb. I will watch it later on and I'll give you my thoughts. Cheers, guys. Hit subscribe. Take care.